So I purchased this really cute shelf at a garage sale for $2. It was really dirty, so I've cleaned it off a little bit, and I'm going to clean it off some more. And I'm going to paint it. So the Fusion paint in the color Laurentine has dried, and I have a lot of texture, which is what I'm wanting. I have mixed up some Sweet Pickens milk paint in the color Proper, and it has been setting for about 15-20 minutes, and now I'm going to paint that on my shelf. So the milk paint has dried, and I have a lot of texture, and that's what I'm wanting. But I am going to take this outside and sand it to get off all the bumps and loose paint. Okay, so I've taken the shelf outside and I've sanded it. Hopefully you can see some of that crackling and crazing that I got with the milk paint. I really like the way this looks, and I was gonna leave it as is, besides putting like a top coat on it and bringing out some of the crackles. But then I have this little piece of border left from an Iron Orchid Designs paint inlay, and I think I'm going to put it on the front right here. I'm still thinking about this. Okay, so I kind of changed my mind. I'm still going to be using a paint inlay, but I want the shelf to be versatile. So I want it so it can set like on a cabinet or something, or turn it around and hang on a wall like it was originally made for. So I've decided to go with just the striping of this paint inlay that I have left over, the white stripes. That way, that's really non-directional, and the shelf would work either way. So, as you saw, part of the paint inlay did not transfer. I've really never had that happen before, maybe once, but not very often. So I have a little bit more of the stripe, and I'm just gonna lay down some more top coat, and I'm gonna try it again. So this section did better. This section still did not take. I'm wondering if my top coat is drying too quickly and I needed to put more top coat on. I'm not for sure, but I have one little section still of this stripe, and I'm going to try this section one more time. So the paint inlay did transfer that time. It's not perfect, but that's okay because I'm going to sand it a little bit because I'm wanting it to look old and vintage. So I decided I didn't want the finish on my shelf to be very dark. So I'm going to be using Sweet Pickens oil wax in the white color. It's been over 20 minutes, and now I'm going to wipe back this Sweet Pickens oil. So for this project, I had this little purse basket. I've had this for quite some time and I've just never made it over. But it looks like it's missing a piece around here. And I do like the strawberries, but they're getting old and faded, and I don't like the yellow color. So I'm gonna give it a makeover. So I want my purse to have a neutral background. So I'm gonna start off by painting it with the Fusion color Chateau. So since the purse has been painted, I feel like I have a blank slate. And it was really hard to decide what I was going to do on here. I thought about a paint inlay. I thought about the Alfred Peets & Co. That's one of my favorites for the summer. But I had to go with my all-time favorite for the summer. And I know I've used these a lot, but I have to go with the Cottages. I just think that they are going to look so cute on here. So I've cut out all the little cottages that I'm going to use, and I'm going to be decoupaging them on. I was trying to figure out what I want to put on the top, and I didn't want to take away from all the little cottages. So I decided to go with this paint inlay right here from Iron Orchid Designs. It is from Christmas 2025, and it's the La Folie paint inlay. I think the paint inlay turned out beautiful. I'm going to let it dry for a little while, and then it does need to be sealed in, and I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle clear coat in the flat finish. I wanted to show you I created a little label for my purse using the Iron Orchid Designs Frame 3 mold. I think it turned out really cute. So I have a fun project that I want to do, and I'm going to use this faux cutting board, but I'm going to sand off the wording, and I'm going to leave this stripe right here on this side, and then I'm going to paint this side. So right now I'm going to go take this outside and try to sand off as much of this wording that I can. So after taking this outside and sanding it, I really like the way it looks. I think it makes it look like an old cutting board. So I'm gonna leave it as is and not paint it, and then do my next step just right on top of this. So this is what I'm gonna be putting on here, this stencil. This stencil came from the Stencil Smith, and I saw Connie at the Painted Photographer use this stencil, and I thought it was so awesome, so I had to get one, and I'm going to try it out today on this cutting board. Well, the first overlay is complete. Considering I'm using really thick paint and not the proper stencil brush, it's not turning out that bad. The pink did bleed down through here just a little bit, but I can go back in with this color paint and touch that up a little bit, and hopefully that will look better. So it's not too bad. So let's let this dry, and then we will I will do the inlay number 2, which will be the last step, and then we'll see what it looks like. And I am washing my stencils really good after I'm finished. Okay, so I really don't like how the white looks on the green bowl. So I think I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to repaint the green bowl and try the white again. I did the stenciling of the white off camera, and I think it turned out much better. I'm so glad that I redid that. So thank you, Connie, the painted photographer, for showing us these really cool stencils. So I had to add this little Christmas DIY to the video. I just purchased this Noel Elegance mold from Redesign, and I have to try this because this is like vintage shiny bright Christmas ornaments with the concave centers, and I really like those ornaments. So I'm gonna see what I can do with this today. Okay, so I really like the vintage shiny bright ornaments that are concaved. And so I'm going to try to recreate that. And I've been thinking on how to do this, and this is the best way I have come up with right now. This is just like a little birdhouse pick, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. Okay, so I was doing that on camera, so it's not the best, but I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And I did 2 of these last night, and they have set, and I have spray painted them with silver spray paint. So here is what these look like. I did add little eyelets in there. On this one, I did keep like the original mold part for the hanger. But for these 2, I wanted to try something different, so I just put eyelets in there before my clay dried. Now I'm just going to paint these up just a little bit to make them look more like a vintage Christmas ornament. Okay, so this is what they look like painted. I really like them, but I want them to shine just a little bit more. So I'm going to be adding some Pint Art clear varnish in gloss finish. So I really like this idea. I wish I had some different metallic paints, and I also think German glass glitter might look good too. But I just wanted to give this a try. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video today and got some inspiration to create. I had a lot of fun creating these projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.